Hi everyone, thank you for joining today. So we will start the info session in 1 minute.
Hi, how are you?
Okay, let's get started. So thank you everyone for joining us today. So my name is Jen. I'm part of the admission team at Institute of Global Specialists. One of our instructor, Imran Khan, and my colleague Paul are also here today, joining our sessions to give you some insight about our institute and our programs. In the whole presentation, we will begin with some general information such as admission requirements, fee structures. And after this brief general information, we will get into the programs in details. And then toward the end of the sessions, there's a Q&A section. We will be more than happy to answer all your questions during that time. But if you do have questions to ask during our presentation, you are welcome to type that on the chat box. And one of my colleagues, Yulia, she will respond to your questions. Or you could definitely wait until the end to speak out about your questions. So to give you a little bit of general information about who we are in our programs, the Institute of Global Specialists is owned by a nonprofit organization, Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants, which is the previous regulator of immigration consultant in Canada. And we are located in St. John, New Brunswick. Currently, we do offer 7 programs, and they are all 100% online. That include your study materials, your lectures, assignment, exam, etc. Everything is completely online. And all our programs are designed using the Harvard Business School case of method teachings, and all the programs are offered in English only. We don't require any language requirements to apply, and no age limit to join to the program. You are welcome to apply as a mature student. We do also accept international students, and they pay the same rate as our Canadian students, so you don't have to worry about paying the difference. So it doesn't matter where you are located. So if you are outside Canada, around the globe, you can study our program for sure. And in regards to time difference, you get to schedule your own study time. As long as you are meeting a deadlines, you are good to go. So our programs are definitely good for those who have other commitment or have a full-time job. But you do still have to make sure that you devoted at least 10 to 20 hours per week into your study, so you can complete your work on time and be able to success in your courses. And some of our students have questions about placement. Like most colleges and universities, we will offer career placement support to our students, such as help with writing resumes, identifying job opportunities, networks, job interview, presentation skills, things like that. But it will ultimately up to you to seek employment after completing your study. But we do provide necessary help for your career planning training. We will talk a little bit more about that near the end. Right now, I just want to highlight something that's very unique and special about our instructors. They are all people who have been working in their industry for over 20 years. And they are still right now actively involved in their fields. So we carefully vetted each instructor and select highly qualified individual to design all our programs. So you are not just learning about theory, you are actually learning about the real world experience from them. So you are more than welcome to take advantage on that. We do believe our instructors will be such assets to our students as you plan your future careers. And all the details and bios about our instructors are available on our website, globalspecialist.org. We highly encourage you to check it out. The tuition fee for all the IGS programs has just been lowered by 40% to $533 per module earlier. We want to help our students during these difficult times, and we want to make sure that our programs are as accessible as possible to everyone. We do also offer we do also have a flexible payment plans, so students can pay module by module. So there are 6 to 9 modules depending on the program of your choice. And each module is about 4 to 5 weeks. That means you are expected to pay 1 module per month. If you are interested in only taking specific modules, instead of the whole program, you can have the choice to take the modules individually. For example, in our Canadian immigration law program, you can choose to take only the refugee module or economic class module if you wish. With our flexible module by module payment plan and our lower tuition fee, we hope this can help our students realize their full potential at IGS. Our next scheduled start date is scheduled for February 7th. Another thing to mention about is that we do offer scholarship and financing. Please contact us for more information about that. Now, I will get into the program details. I will be covering the 3 programs, and my colleague Paul, he will be introducing the other 4 programs. The first program I'm going to talk about is the Canada Border Service Specialist Program. This program is designed and taught by CBSA experts who have over 15 years of experience in the field. This program would enable you with essential border services procedure and prepare you to be capable professional in immigration, customs, import, export, or concerning border services. This program has 7 modules and it's 29 weeks long. And once you complete the program, you can seek employment with the public sector, such as CBSA, or you could apply job at the Immigration Department of Canada, as well as the jobs in the private sectors, with those companies dealing with the cross-border regulations and processes, importing, exporting, such as Walmart, Costco. You can also work in the oil industry or mining organization, etc. So there are still a lot of opportunity outside the CBSA field. The next program I'm going to talk about is the Global Immigration Specialist Program. There are 6 modules in this program, and it's 26 weeks long. This program is actually focusing on the different global immigration pathways through investment, such as purchasing property and business overseas. So you got to learn the immigration pathway from over 20 countries. That will include some Caribbean countries and some European countries and some East Asian countries as well. So you will be able to identify the needs and risks for your clients, that you can find the most efficient routes of immigration in a collaboration contact. And just so you know that all our GIS instructors have been practicing and providing immigration service globally for over 20 or even 30 years. Their on-field experience would definitely be very helpful for our students. And once you successfully complete this program, you will receive a diploma from us, which will qualify you to write an exam with the regulatory body, Global Society of Immigration Specialists. And you could work as Charter Global Immigration Specialist to provide service globally. And then the third program I'm going to talk about is the Global Education Specialist Program. By completing this program, you could work as an international student agent for elementary, secondary schools, or universities and colleges to receive commissions. And on the other hand, you could work as a consultant or advisor to help students and their families with the right admission process to the school of their choices. So this program contains 8 modules and it's 38 weeks long. This program focuses over 20 countries. So you're going to learn about different levels of educational systems in so many different countries. That would include Canada, down in United States, European countries, New Zealand, Australia, some East Asian countries, and so much more. From this program, you will learn about the immigration aspects of how to apply the study permit and visa, so you could help your students go through those process. And you will also learn about the different financial aids available for international students. Some international students, they would need help financially as well. And we will also teach you how to build connection with schools as designated agent and with clients as an education advisor. So all our GES instructors are coming from different parts of the world with amazing backgrounds. They have over 20 years of experience in the industry. Some, they have served as admission officer and recruiter for post-secondary schools. Some are expert of admissions in K-12 education. Together, we believe that they can provide a comprehensive knowledge and on-hand experience you need as a successful education advisor. And similar to the Global Immigration Program, once you complete this Global Education Specialist Program, you will be able to write an exam with the regulatory body, Global College of Education Specialists, and work as a Charter Global Education Specialist. Now, Paul will go over the other 4 programs in detail.
Thank you, Jen. My name is Poe, and I am the Admissions and Student Affairs Representative at the Institute of Global Specialists. I'll now be going over the 4 remaining programs that we offer, beginning with the Foreign Service and International Development Specialist Program. Like all of our programs, the Foreign Service and International Development Specialist Program is completely online. There are 6 modules in the program and is 24 weeks long. The program will introduce students to the world of diplomacy in bilateral and multilateral settings. The program will examine real-world examples of diplomacy involving Canada and other countries, such as the relationship between Canada and the US. Students would develop essential diplomatic skills such as intergovernmental negotiation and networking. And these diplomacy skills are not just specific to Canada. They're transferable skills, which can apply to anyone who wishes to join a career in diplomacy anywhere in the world. The program will also cover how to manage international development projects and the effects of globalization, which are major priorities for NGOs and Global Affairs Canada. I'd also like to take a moment to highlight the amazing instructors in the program. Our instructors have 15 to 30 years of experience as foreign officers with the Canadian government or development specialists. So they're very knowledgeable and well-connected in the industry. The next program that I'll cover today is the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program. This program is geared toward anyone who wishes to have an in-depth understanding of how to navigate the immigration system in Canada. Using the Harvard case study method of teaching, the program covers key aspects of Canadian immigration law and regulations. Please note that this program is not meant for those wishing to become a regulated Canadian immigration consultant. That's a profession regulated by the CICC, formerly known as the ICCRC. However, there are promising career opportunities after taking our program, such as working for the government or for NGOs or at an existing consulting firm. Our program is taught by immigration consultants who have decades of experience navigating the Canadian immigration system. There are 9 modules in the program, and it is 42 weeks long. This is the longest program that we offer as it covers the complexities of Canada's immigration system. The program will cover topics such as PR and citizenship, economic class, family class, temporary class, appeals, hearings, and detentions, as well as refugees. The next program that I'll talk about today is the Global Supply Chain Specialist Program. At a basic level, supply chain management involves acquiring goods and services to achieve your business goals. And in today's globalized world, supply chain management has never been more important. And we've all heard about recent supply chain problems in the news. For example, delays in consumer goods over the holidays was a major problem for many retailers. The program consists of 7 modules and is 26 weeks long. Our program will examine the supply chain process for the public sector, which includes all levels of government, and the private sector. You will learn how to navigate the complexities of the request for proposal process, known as RFPs, and how to negotiate contracts. The program will cover the supply chain landscape in various countries, such as Canada, the US, and the UK. The instructors in our program have diverse backgrounds in the supply chain sector, including the fields of transportation, mining, healthcare, telecommunications, construction, and more. Our instructors have experience in both the private and the public sectors of supply chain management. The program is perfect for business owners interested in trading with the government or professionals who want to make a career in the global supply chain sector. The last program that I'll talk about today is the Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Specialist Program. The Artificial Intelligence and Machine Learning Specialist Program consists of 7 modules and is 28 weeks long. The program will introduce students to the theoretical and practical applications of machine learning and data science. Through data analysis and visualization, students will learn how to use AI technologies to optimize their business. This program also includes live instructor lessons, so it's very hands-on. The program will cover Python, Jupyter Notebooks, and Google Colab. All of our instructors are leading experts with backgrounds in both data science and in business. So this means that they have the academic and the real-world experience to help students develop the skills they need to be successful. This program is perfect for business professionals who work with any type of data and who wish to stay competitive by using the power of machine learning and data science. Finally, I'd like to highlight our free career placement support module. This free module is available to our students to help them transition seamlessly to a new job. This module helps students with networking, career opportunities, resume building, and interviewing. Now, I'd like to introduce one of our instructors in the program, Imran Kayu. And Imran will speak about IGS and some of our programs.
Thank you, Paul. Welcome everybody to our session today. I hope you're all keeping safe and doing well wherever you are. I've been working as an immigration consultant for about 32 years. I've also been running an income tax practice for about that same amount of time. Over the years, I've had the privilege of meeting people and helping people from all walks of life, from various countries, all over the world. And that has given me keen insight into different backgrounds and cultures. And that's a tool that I find very helpful as I meet new clients and work with existing clients. And it's also a skill set that I try and impart on the students that I teach, a skill set that I believe will help our students in their future careers. In 2003, I was asked to serve on the original regulator of immigration consultants. That was the Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants. I served as the treasurer and then the vice chair of the society. During my time at the society, I also chaired and co-chaired a number of committees that were charged with developing various rules and processes of the immigration consulting profession, some of which I'm pleased to say are still being used today by the current regulator. So I was very excited about the opportunity to become an instructor at the Institute of Global Specialists. I currently teach the family class module and the hearings and appeals module in the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist course. I also teach the Global Taxation module in the Global Immigration Specialist course. Now, as Poe and Yin Jen have already told you, all of our courses were developed using the Harvard Business School case study methodology. We find this an extremely effective tool as it combines theory with practice. So students are able to apply the theory that they've been taught to actual cases and scenarios. As a result, our graduates will hit the ground running upon graduation. We feel that they have a competitive edge over their peers who have only been taught theoretical knowledge from their schools. This makes our graduates more attractive to potential employers because they're more confident and can discuss the subjects taught to them with much more authority. All of the instructors, like myself, are invested in seeing our students succeed. We're eager to share our knowledge and experience with our students and teach them the strategies and tools that we've developed over the years that will serve them in their future careers. In addition to the instructors, the Institute is also vested in the student success. As you were just told, they've lowered the fee by 40% to $533 a module. Students pay on a per module basis. They don't have to pay a lump sum fee like many other schools make them do. The Institute offers financing and scholarships to qualified students. We also have a unique a la carte module selection. So what that means is that you have the ability to select any module from any course that's currently being offered. You don't have to take the full course if you don't want to. Also, as Paul mentioned, we have a very robust career placement system in place. The system will help students perfect their resumes, hone in their interview skills, and also identify potential occupation openings that the students could be matched for. Also, because of our large number of instructors like myself, students are able to leverage our networks for their own career goals, and we're more than happy to open up any doors we can and to put you in touch with any of our connections to further your careers, whatever you might choose once you graduate from the Institute. Also, for those students who are still not convinced that they are ready to jump in and take a module or a course, we offer demo courses where a student at no obligation, at no cost whatsoever, can enroll in a demo course and get a good firsthand knowledge of how we teach, our teaching methodology, and get a good flavor of the type of courses we offer. So with all of these learning opportunities that are available to you, I encourage you to contact the Institute of Global Specialists to speak with Po or Yin Jen or any one of our other admissions teams, and to take the first step on a new and rewarding career. I thank you for your time, and I'm going to turn it back to Po and Yin Jen for the balance of this session. I'm also going to stay on to help answer any questions you may have. Thank you.
Thank you, Imran. Now, before we jump into the Q&A section, I'd like to take a quick moment to remind you of our recent tuition change. We've lowered our tuition by 40% to help our students. The tuition was previously $889 per module, and it's now $533 per module. We have monthly start dates, and the next start date is scheduled for February 7th. Okay, so now to conclude our info session, we'd like to hear from you. If you have any questions regarding our programs, please feel free to ask right now. You can either raise your hand by clicking the reactions button, or you can use the chat feature to type your question. And Jen and I will help answer any questions you may have. And also, of course, Imran is available as well. Looks like we had a few questions in the chat that have already been addressed. I'll go over them right now so that we can all benefit from the answers. There are no language requirements, so you just have to submit your resume as part of your application form, and either me or Jen will be in touch with you regarding your application. And to apply, you just simply go to our website. Our website is globalspecialist.org, and our phone number is 1-888-228-4598. So any questions regarding the application process, and Jen and I can help afterwards.
There you go.
We do have a question here about our CBSS program. So the question is, at the end of the program, could I directly work as a border services specialist, or will I have to go back to college? So our programs prepare you for our CBSS program prepares you to become a CBSA officer. We give you all the skills you need to become successful, and the program is taught by former officers. Now, but ultimately though, it is up to you to apply directly to the CBSA after you graduate. So we do offer assistance through that process, but it is your responsibility to apply directly.
Oh, there's a question about tuition fees, and are they the same for Canadians as for international students? You want to address that?
And did you want to chime in for that question? Jen, are you there?
Oh yeah, yes. So yeah, I can definitely answer that question. So with Canadian students and international students are paying the same rate. So there's no difference. Yeah.
I'm going to attempt one of these questions. First of all, just to be clear, the Canadian Immigration Law Specialist Program is not meant for immigration consultants. I'm an immigration consultant myself, and John Ryan, who is our CEO of the Institute of Global Specialists. We were both on the board of the original regulator of immigration consultants. So the current regulator has very specific rules and requirements for individuals wishing to become immigration consultants. Our course is not meant for an immigration consultant. It's meant for people who wish to work in the Canadian immigration environment, but not as an immigration consultant. If you want to become an immigration consultant, I strongly recommend you contact the current regulator and see, or go to their website and check what the requirements are. I believe the only English language course that they currently recognize for entry into the profession is the course offered by Queen's University. Our course trains people who, like I said, wish to work in the immigration field, but not as consultants. So you can work as an immigration officer for the federal government. You can also work in a provincial nominee program as an officer. I believe some municipalities also have an immigration officer position. You can get an employment with an immigration consultant or an immigration lawyer, and you can also get employment with many of the NGOs and charitable organizations that offer immigration services. But once again, I just want to underscore the fact that this course is not for people looking to become immigration consultants. You can, however, take the global immigration specialist course. That course covers immigration for many countries, just not Canada. And graduates of that course, as Poe mentioned, can set up their own practice. They can apply to the Global Society of Immigration Specialists and apply to get a designation of a chartered immigration specialist, and then set up their own practice. I myself am a chartered immigration specialist. I've helped a number of people find residencies in various countries, but that has nothing to do with Canadian immigration. So I just hope that that clarifies your question. Thank you.
Thanks, Imran. It looks like we have another question about whether or not our organization is recognized in Canada and if it's eligible for OSAP. So the Institute of Global Specialists is based in St. John, New Brunswick, and the IGS is owned by the nonprofit organization Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants, which has a designated learning institution number. Now, in regards to OSAP, unfortunately, we are not eligible for OSAP, but we do have monthly payment plans so that students can pay on a module by module basis. So about once a month, they'd be expected to pay for the next course. In addition, we do have financing options and options for scholarships, as my colleague Yin Jen did mention earlier. And if you have any questions specifically regarding financing or scholarships, we can address those after the info session. If you can send us an email, we can certainly provide more details there. Are there any other questions? Okay. We'll just give a couple more minutes to see if anyone else has any questions. You can type it into the chat box, or you can raise your hand using the reactions button. If there are no more further questions.
Or you can just turn your mic on and speak your question. Yeah, Sundaya says she has a question. Sundaya? So Sundaya, sorry. Yeah, I'm here too.
And that's John Ryan, our CEO, just so you know. So thank you, John. So yes, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask right now.
We have a involved job placement program, which we offer all students free of charge. It's in addition to your program. So that placement program will provide you resources, will provide you guidance, and will provide you feedback in terms of putting your applications together and submitting them and dealing with any interview that comes up with it. So like most colleges and universities, we ourselves are not the decision makers. We don't make the decision on behalf of the CBSA or the government department that may or may not be hiring you, but we prepare you for it and we assist you during the process. So that's how that would work. Ali Riza, you know, as an RCIC, and I'm an RCIC as well, so is Imran on the call. We appreciate the support. We've got a jump start on it, being that we were the part of the regulatory authority when in 2003 when we started this whole thing. And IGS is a offshoot of the Canadian Society of Immigration Consultants, which was the regulator until 2013. And then we became the College for Immigration Consulting Program. We're still teaching that program today. However, that will end in May, and Queen's University has taken over that program.
Thank you,
So
Ali
we
Raza,
have-
for your comments as well. Sorry, Paul, go
Yeah,
on.
thank you, Ali Reza. I do recognize your name. It's good to hear from graduates. So we do see a question from Sundiana. If I understand correctly, after the program, I also have to apply to CBSA and go through their screening process to become a CBSA officer. Yes, that is correct.
Yeah.
So, John, did you want to add anything there?
Yeah, the CBSA, I know I've gone through it. I became a customs officer years ago. You go through and you write an entry level officer selection test, and you get pre-qualified in on that. Then you go to an interview process, and you are screened on that. They make their hiring decisions based on that. The CBSA officers, they hire a lot of them across Canada. So there's both bilingually imperative positions, and there's both positions for unilingual applicants in other parts of the Canada. Once you're hired, or once they go through the process, security background checks, medical checks, there's certain medical requirements that you have to meet. You then will then be hired in as a primary officer. So you will work, you won't be armed initially, until they slot you in the career call or the CBSA college in Rigaud, Quebec. Rigaud, Quebec, it's I think it's now a 12-week program. It used to be 16 weeks. They send you, all expenses paid. You go and you study and you wear your uniform and you shoot your guns, and you learn the search procedures and everything else at the CBSA college. And once you graduate the CBSA college, you then move into the field in primary and secondary positions. So you become a full CBSA officer on the line in whatever position it would be. And they work in a variety of areas, everything from investigations to intelligence to Canada, the border security to inland security through their investigative groups. There's all sorts of jobs inside CBSA for a CBSA officer. So where you would go and how you would get there would be a process of the college and what they think of your qualifications once you've finished up the college. Working for the CBSA is good. I enjoyed it. I started my career in CBSA, or the precursor was Canada Customs. And I moved on to investigations with immigration. I became a senior immigration officer at the ports of entry, and then in Toronto, where there's 26 of us investigating, doing JFOs, Asian crime, deportations, work permit violations, all that kind of stuff. When I worked there for 3 years. So it's a good go. They take care of you. They teach you what you want to know in terms of giving you the theoretical, mostly it's legal background. You have to have a good grounding in laws and regulations. CBSA enforces some 120 some odd pieces of legislation. So, everything from agriculture to, the transport provisions of the Transport Act to the CBSA, the proper act there, to immigration, to, you name it, they enforce it. And it requires a skill set. And as you go along in CBSA, you'll require that skill set, and you'll work in different areas, and you'll pick up different pieces of legislation and the tools to enforce and to adjudicate those pieces of legislation. So it's a good profession.
Thanks, John. Looks like we have a question from Kevin, who has raised their hand. Kevin, if you want to unmute your mic, you can certainly do so now.
Yeah, I'm more interested in the module zone. I own my own business. So my company is looking to build a sovereign nation in international waters. I've spoken with the Navy, the Department of Defense. about different options on the 28th longitude line. I'm looking at the continental shelf there. I'm working with Reynolds Polymer Technology, as well as a Finnish company called Eco Capsules. It's fully self-sustaining net zero energy. Who could I speak with further about my ideas on that? And I mean, I'll take some modulars. I'm always trying to keep my mind sharp. Could I have like a phone conference with somebody? I mean, I will do my due diligence on the website. I'm research heavy. So I have everything kind of, my ducks are in a row, but I'm always looking to learn more. So I think module will be the way for me to go. Or if I could speak to someone one-on-one about my ideas, and maybe also get some information on if they think it's, any sort of, any cracks in the armor, if I may. I don't know if that's a possibility.
Well, I mean, Kevin, to answer your question directly, the Global Immigration Specialist deals offshore. Canadian immigration law, most Canadian laws apply to the territorial jurisdiction of Canada. Okay. They go 100 miles offshore and that's it, they end. Okay. And that includes the consultant law. So, in terms of your wanting to do extraterritorial stuff, the global immigration specialists, they find avenues and technologies and ideas to help those people who are third party or foreigners apply to do tax residency, plus permanent residence, and also citizenship outright. You buy your passport. So there's all sorts of that. So what they do is they have a whole bevy of countries that are doing this. And as an agent, you would charge your clients a fee to consult with them and to make a plan and to do a taxation plan and whatever go through. We teach you all that in terms of the process. Now, without getting too specific, I'd be more than happy to talk to you to see, what cracks are. I mean, we're specialists in that. We're consultants. We in fact, our job is to find easy ways around things or through things that the governments put up. So I'm forever developing strategies and ideas and methods to get my clients approved through the application processes that they have in place. So, and that sometimes becomes quite creative. So anyways, you can set something up with Poe to speak to me, or speak to one of the other instructors who are specifically in that area. Like you're looking at a bunch of different areas, but look at our course load and look at what courses apply, and then speak to the instructor in that. And I'm sure the instructor will answer your questions.
Yeah, because we're basically looking to be, the reason I state sovereign nation is because of the immigration factor and the trouble we're having here in the United States. I did look off the Canadian border on the East Coast there, and I looked down that whole coast, but I need to find a rock. I need to put these in rock, because they're underwater domes. With and upstairs will be floating on water on pontoons, and but it's so I'm just trying to maybe use that to have a place for immigrants to maybe have a place. I don't know. I'm still thinking through that.
That sounds like territorial between the Canadian government and the U.S. government. It sounds like it will involve energy mines and resources at a start in terms of, and possibly oceans, in terms of the government of Canada. But I mean, you're specialized, so I would suggest that we do that offline and
yeah, definitely. Okay, yeah, because it's net zero energy, fully self-sustaining.
Right.
So and we're going to be 12.5 miles offshore, so we are out of government.
You're in the economic zone, though. You're still in the 200-mile limit, but you're off the 12 miles.
Right, it's closest as you can get to do that, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, yes, I'd love to speak to you offline. I'll check in here. I'll let other people talk. Thank you.
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, so as John mentioned, you can email us at the info@globalspecialist.org, and we can perhaps connect you with someone who's can help you answer those questions. But as John mentioned, the Global Immigration Specialist Program might be the what would be most applicable for you. The last module, module 6, is on international business practices, which could be something you might be interested in taking, but we can definitely speak more offline. Okay. It looks like we have another question here from Sundiana. Can we complete the CBSS program sooner, or do we have to take the full 29 weeks? That's a great question. Students can complete modules, multiple modules at the same time. So you can take 2 modules if you would like at the same time. It does mean your workload will be doubled, but then you could finish sooner. And if that's something you're interested in doing, please let us know when you email us as part of your application, and we can provide you with a custom schedule. Are there any other questions? It looks like we have a question here. Who is the chancellor of IGS? We don't have exactly a chancellor, but we do have the senior education administrator, Yulia. She's actually on the call right now. She helps oversee the program, but if you have any specific questions that we can't answer, we can certainly provide you with Yulia's contact information afterwards.
Yeah, and I happen to be the CEO, the Chief Executive Officer.
And of course, John is the CEO, as we mentioned earlier. So John can also answer any questions you have regarding our programs. And I think Yulia just put her email in the chat. So if you'd like to reach out directly to Yulia, you can do so there. Are there any other questions before we wrap up today? All right, so before we wrap up today, we'd like to encourage you to check out our website and read about our instructors under the faculty section. Of course, we're very proud of our instructors, and they have been carefully chosen for their expertise and their real-world experience. So our website is globalspecialist.org, and you can apply online for the February 7th start date. You can also email us, of course, at info@globalspecialist.org, or call us at 1-888-228-4598. So if there are no further questions, I guess we can wrap it up for today. So thank you for your time, and we hope to hear from you soon. If you think of anything else, you can please feel free to let us know after the info session.
Thank you very much. I'm going to go look at that now.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye.
Yeah.
Check it out here. It's right up my alley, right up my